Hello, Strat fans. Welcome to Game 2 of the 2016 Chicago Cubs Strat-O-Matic Replay. Game 2 will take place at Los Angeles between the Chicago Cubs and the Los Angeles Angels. Game 1 of the series went to the Cubs 14-2, and this is the second game of a two-game contest between the two teams. The lineups today are Dexter Fowler in center, Jason Hayward in right, Chris Bryant at third, Anthony Rizzo at first, Ben Zobrist at second, Jorge Soler is DHing, Addison Russell at shortstop, Max Seizure in left. And if the word coming out of Chicago, we thought yesterday Kyle Schwarber was pulled for defense replacement. Turns out he was injured. Bad news coming out of Chicago. They think he might be done for the season. Kind of a scary times for Cub fans here. We're gonna get word as soon as we can. But Matt Seizure starting out in left field today. Batting ninth, David Ross catching. For the Angels, you have Yunel Escobar at third base, Craig Gentry in left field, Mike Trout in center, Albert Pujols DHing, CJ Cron at first, Cole Calhoun in right, Andrelton Simmons at shortstop, Carlos Perez is catching, and Johnny Giovatella is at second. Only one change made from yesterday to today. Craig Gentry playing left field. The starting pitchers today is John Lester for the Cubs and Andrew Heaney of the Angels. One thing, as you can see, this has no name on this. This is a generic card. You'll see one for Gentry too, as well as Heaney. They both were uncarded in the 2016, so you will see that throughout the replay. If there's uncarded, you will use a generic pitching or hitting card for those. So game 2 set, let's play ball. Dexter Fowler leading off for the Chicago Cubs. That's a 1-3 ground ball to Giovatella, and that is a quick start for Heaney at 4-3 put out. Now batting, Jason Hayward, a 4-9. 4-9 is a fly ball out to Gentry. Gentry glides under it and makes the out for 2 outs. And Chris Bryant, hot Chris Bryant yesterday. Oh, they don't want to pitch to him, evidently. They walk him on 4 straight. But the problem with walking Bryant, who went 5 for 5 yesterday, is you got to go against Anthony Rizzo, who also went 5 for 5 yesterday. So let's see what happens here. A 1-7. That's a ground ball shot at CJ Cron, who scoops it, runs over to the bag, and steps on it for a 3 unassisted put out. That's the end of the Cubs' first inning. Going into the bottom of the first, it is 0-0. Yunel Escobar going to lead off here against John Lester, a 5-8. It's a ground ball to shortstop. A roll of a 10 on the shortstop is a 6-3 put out for Addison Russell. Craig Gentry, again a generic card here that you're going to see. Craig Gentry is 6-9. Struck him out for the second out. Mike Trout trying to get off to another hot start like he did last year. 4-9. Walked him. Nibbling around the corners. Walking Trout. Trout is a steal of an A, which is 1 through 15. David Ross catching today has an arm of -2. Let's see what happens. Lester cannot hold people on very well. Trout is off and running. He has a 1 in 13 chance. Steals second base easily ahead of the throw. So we got Mike Trout on second base with Albert Pujols batting. It's a 1-7, pops it out to Russell to end the inning with no runs on no hits. And a 1-0-0. Heaney dealing now to Ben Zobrist. Zobrist is a 1-9. That's a single up the middle for Zobrist. Zobrist is a stealing C, which is a 1-11. If I remember right, let's make a quick peek here. Carlos Perez is a -2. Zobrist probably isn't going to go anywhere at this point in time, and we'll see how the inning goes. So batting now is Jorge Soler, a 4-8. 1 through 6 is a double, or excuse me, a 1 through 6 is a triple, and a 7-20 double. And that is a double out to right field. The 114 is Zobrist running, and Calhoun is a -4. And they are gonna put the brakes on Zobrist at third. Don't want to run themselves out of an inning here with a no out and runners on. I apologize for having the camera on the wrong side here. Addison Russell batting at second and third. That is a 3-3. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Looks at Zobrist, holds him there, throws over the first to get him out. So that is a 1-3 put out, and the runners stay safe, or stay where they are. That brings up Matt Seizure. If you had not heard the news in the pregame, Kyle Schwarber pulled yesterday, injured his knee. Believe it was on the collision between the center fielder Fowler and Schwarber. Thought he played it. We'll have to look back and see, but fear in the Chicago area is Schwarber might be done for the year. Getting an MRI today to check that out. So Haney pitching to Seizure, and runners on second and third with one out. It's a 1-4 ground ball right back to the pitcher again. He looks at Zobrist again, and Haney doing the job here. Struggled to get the first two batters, but then just giving up two little measly balls right back to him. Brings up David Ross, Papa Ross here, 1-8. That is a walk to load the bases. Not what you wanted to do. Not the greatest hitter of all time here, David Ross. Brings up the top of the order with the bases loaded. Haney trying to work out of trouble. Gives up hit to Zobrist and Soler. Gets two weak grounders back to him, and now walks David Ross. Dexter Fowler batting. 3-6. Walked in a run. Wild in the last two at-bats here. Jason Hayward trying to get off to a good start this season. Signed a new contract. That's a 2-10. That's a fly ball, lazy fly ball, I should say, to Cole Calhoun in right, and that brings the end to the inning. One run comes in on a walk on bases loaded. So 1-0 Cubs going into the bottom of the second. CJ Cron will lead off for the Angels. It is a 6-10 fly ball to center field. Fowler goes just kind of drifting back there. He's a 3-4. He dropped the ball. I can't believe it. Fowler looked like he was having no issues at all, and it goes off the top of his glove, and Cron goes in to second with a leadoff two-base error. Calhoun batting here, 5-8. That's a ground ball to shortstop. Russell looks at it. It's a 1-8. Looks back the runner and fires over and will make the out and hold the runner right at second. Simmons is now batting. Simmons, shortstop for the Angels. It's a 1-11. Pops him up, drifting out of play, and no, Chris Bryant comes down with it, and pop up to Bryant. Holds Cron at second base. 2 outs, runner on second, Carlos Perez, a 3-7. A 1-2 is a single, a 3-20 is a line out, and it is a 7 line out to the third baseman, Bryant, who makes a stabbing grab to end the inning. Top of the third inning, Haney on the mound. Cubs leading 1-0 on 2 hits, which brings up Chris Bryant. A 5-4 fly ball center field. Trout is a 1-6 is the roll. The first out of the season for Chris Bryant is a fly out to Mike Trout. Brings up Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo 0 for 1 for today. He also drives Trout deep, but Trout easily comes up with the ball. Ben Zobrist 1 for 1, single and a run today. That's a 6-7 roll, single on a 1-7, line out on an 8-20. It is a 2, and Zobrist singles through the right side. Jorge Soler batting 1 for 1 with a double. That is a 1-2. He lines out the second base to end the inning, and Haney is pitching pretty well here for his first start of the 2016 campaign. We have 9-1-2 batting now for the Angels in the bottom of the third. It is 1-0 Cubs. Lester deals. That's a 4-9. Walks Gio Vitella to bring up the leadoff hitter, Yunel Escobar. Yunel Escobar 0 for 1, ground out in the the bottom of the first inning. It's a 1-4, pops it up. Russell fades back, makes the grab, flicks the ball in, and keeps Gio Vitella at first. Now batting, Craig Gentry. That's a 6-10 fly ball to center field. It's a 3. The roll is a 19, which I roll again. The roll is a 10. Fly ball, fading back. Fowler with the grab and holds Gio Vitella at first. Trout batting 4-9, walk Trout. Not what he wanted to do. He wanted to go right at Trout, but was nibbling too much at the corners and could not make the play or pitches to get him out. So that brings up Albert Pujols, always dangerous, the machine. Number 5, that's a 1-7. Oh, he took a big hack, got under it, pops it out to Addison Russell to finish the inning. After 3, it is Cubs 1, Angels 0. Haney on the mound, still for the Angels. Addison Russell batting. Russell 0 for 1 on the day. 3-11, grounds to Escobar. Escobar scoops, fires over. Oh, it's low. No, scooped out by Crone. 5-3 put out. Seizure batting. 0 for 1. 1-4 is the roll. That is a comebacker right at Haney. Haney easily makes the play. And a lot of dribblers back to Haney today, and he's fielded every one of them so far. Papa Ross batting. Walked in his first, 4-7. Struck him out, and Haney is now dealing. Brings it to the bottom of the 4th inning. C.J. Crone leading off. Reached on a 2-base error to start the 2nd inning. And here we go. Here's the pitch to Crone, a 2-6. Struck him out. Cole Calhoun grounded out in his last at bat. That's a 5-5 on a 1-13. It's a home run, and 14-20 is a double. Drifting back. Seizure looks up, opposite field. Home run for Cole Calhoun on a roll of 7. Ties up the game off of John Lester, a solo shot. First hit of the day for the Angels. 3-3 roll. Simmons grounds out to easy ground ball to Addison Russell. Fires over for the 2nd out. Carlos Perez batting 0 for 1 today. A 4-4 ground ball. Zobrist has to run in. Scoops it up. Lays out. Throws over the Rizzo. Boom. Got him by a step on the slow roller. 4-3 put out. tie game going into the top of the fifth. Dexter Fowler leading off. Here we go. Haney pitching a pretty solid game here. 4-6. Ground ball to second base. X. Giafotella is a 3. The roll was a 14. 3-14 is an error on Giafotella. Looks like he got to the ball fine and just struggled from there. Perez is a -2. Fowler is stealing B. A B is a 1-13, so it'd be a 1 in 11 chance. There's the pitch. Fowler stays. Hayward 3-5. 1-2 is a double. 3-20 is a single with 2 stars each. The roll is a 10, and Fowler scampers over to third on a single by Hayward. Chris Bryant trying to get hot again today. 0 for 1, flew out and a walk. Roll is a 4-7. Swings hard, trying to replicate yesterday. Swings right through it, and he is out. Brings up Anthony Rizzo with 1 out. 0 for 2 on the day. A 1-4. Ground ball 4. Ground ball, second base, A. Giafotella picks it up, flips it over to Simmons. Simmons throws him easy 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. And Hayward was out on the double play, and here we go. Haney works out of trouble. Bottom of the 5th inning, Giafotella is up against John Lester to start off the 5th. So 9-1-2. The roll is a 1-12. Lines out to the third baseman, Bryant, for the first out of the inning. We got Escobar. 4-6. Struck him out. What a pitching matchup today, folks. The only blemish on Lester's record right now is a home run. But Haney is also only giving up 1 run, so it is a 1-1 game. Craig Gentry up. 0 for 2 today. That's a 4-3 roll. Fly ball left field. Seizure is back. He's a 2. 16 is the roll, and that is out. That is 3 outs, bringing us to the top of the 6th inning. Ben Zobrist, 2 for 2 on the day. 6-6, walked him. Too hot to handle. Pitches, trying to hit the corner there, had him with 2 strikes, but lost him. And walks Zobrist to lead off the inning. Walks will kill you. We'll see what the Cubs can do here. Soler. 1 for 2 with a double and a hard line drive in his last at-bat. 5-4, center field. Trout ranging in, easily makes the catch on a fly ball B, which holds up Zobrist. Addison Russell, 0 for 2. That's a 4-9 roll. That is a fly ball out the left field. Running in. Gentry makes the shoestring grab, which will hold Zobrist as well. Matt Seizure, 0 for 2 with 2 ground outs. It is a 1-10 ground ball to Andrelton Simmons. Flips over to Giafotella for the 3rd out. Brings us to the bottom of the 6th. Mike Trout leading off against John Lester. Throwing a 1-hitter today, folks. 5-5. Home run on a 1-13. A double on a 14-20. Talk to Quick. Boom! There it goes. Into the 3rd row. Mike Trout puts the Angels up 2-1 on a solo home run. Albert Pujols batting, 310. Double on 1 through 6, 2 stars. Single 720, 2 stars. It is a 2, and we have 2 back-to-back hard hits off of Lester. A home run by Trout, a double by Pujols. Nobody out in the 6th inning. Crone rolls a 2-2. Struck him out. Pujols is stuck at second base for now. 1 out. Calhoun, home run last time, broke up a no-hitter. Ground ball to shortstop. It's a 1-9. Russell picks it up, looks back. Pujols fires over the first for the second out. Andrew Simmons batting. 5-8 is the roll. It is to Russell again, and Russell will fire over to finish the inning off. So a home run by Mike Trout to lead off the inning puts the Angels up 2-1. Andrew Haney will be starting off this inning. The Angels do have a couple people in the bullpen warming up, but this is Haney's game. Their Angels are leading 2-1. 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error, 7 left on for the Cubs. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, 5 left on for the Angels. Bottom of the order, David Ross batting. It is a 4-7, struck him out. So Rossi not having a good day at the plate, walked once. Okay, Dexter Fowler batting. Fowler a 2-4, struck him out. So 2 up, 2 down, 2 outs. A 1-9 for Jason Hayward. That is a slow roller to Giovotella and fires over, and that is quick 3 outs for Andrew Haney. Lester still on for the Cubs, facing Carlos Perez. 1-6, pops out the short for a quick first out. Johnny Giovotella 0 for 1 with a walk today. 5-6. 1-2 is a double. A 320 is a single. It is a roll of a 17 for a 1-out single for Giovotella. You can see Pedro Strop warming up in the Cubs bullpen. Lester is going to get to go against Escobar here, though. It is a 2-6. That is a single out to right. Hayward's arm is a -4. And Giovotella is that's a 1-9 chance. He is going to stay at second base. Craig Gentry up. They are going to pinch hit for Gentry, and Ji-Man Choi is going to pinch hit at this time for Craig Gentry. We have to find it here. There it is. Went right by it. Hey, Ji-Man Choi batting with 1 out, runners on second and third. A 2-4, ground ball to the pitcher. Lester turns around, fires to Russell coming across. Double play. So it did not work out for the pinch hitter Ji-Man Choi. Coming in is Daniel Nava is replacing Choi in left field. There will be a pitching change. Andrew Haney is walking off congratulating his teammates, are congratulating him in the dugout. Looks like they're going to bring on Joe Smith to come in on the 8th inning for the Angels in this 2-1 ball game. The sidewinder will have to face Chris Bryant here, a 2-6. Gets out to, rolls him over, gets out to front of that pitch, and it's an easy 5-3 put out. Anthony Rizzo batting, 2-7. A 1-2 is a triple, a 320 is a single. Rips it down off the glove of Crone, knocks it down, keeps Rizzo to a single, though. Ben Zobrist with the runner on first. A 1-7, a 1-3 is a double. and a 420 is a single, both with 2 stars. The roll is a 2, and so that is a double for Ben Zobrist down the line. Rizzo scoots over to third base. Jorge Soler batting against Joe Smith now. Smith in trouble in his first inning of work here. A 2-12. That is a ground ball to shortstop. Do not know what was going. Rizzo's going to score on that to tie up the game. Zobrist is looked back and held up. So we got a tie ball game here. It is 2-2 in the top of the 8th. Addison Russell up with 2 outs. A 2-8 is a ground ball to third base. Fires over, makes the play, and the Cubs are out of the 8th. So the Cubs come back, make it a 2-2 game. They are going to bring in Strop, who was warming in the pen for the Cubs. Lester will exit this game with a no decision. Better than a loss. So, Peter Strop will face Mike Trout. That's a 2-5. Stra came out swinging. The machine, Albert Pujols, 1 for 3 with a double today, a 4-10. Ground ball to third. Bryant is a 3. The roll is an 8. 3-8 is an out. 5-3 put out. CJ Cron batting, reaching an error and struck out twice in a row. 6-4 is another strikeout for Cron. So Strop mows him down. 3 up, 3 down for Strop. So Joe Smith struggled last inning. So they are going to go to Cam Bedrosian. Okay, Cam Bedrosian is coming in to face Matt Seizure. 5-6. That is a strikeout. Looking. A 2-11 to Papa Ross is a ground ball to shortstop. 6-3 put out. And that brings us to Dexter Fowler. Dexter Fowler is a 5-6. Another strikeout for Bedrosian. Hey, strikeout looking, and that ends the inning quick. Adam Warren on to pitch in the bottom of the 9th. Not who I thought would come in, but looks like I made a mistake on the thing, but oh well. So Adam Warren coming in replace of Strop. And he will face Cole Calhoun to start off the bottom of the 9th. 2-2 game. 5-7. Ground ball to second base. Zobrist is a 3. The roll is a 20. That is an out. 4-3 put out by Zobrist. Anderton Simmons here trying to get on a 3-7. That is a good side for him. That is a single for Simmons. Simmons is a B runner, which is a 1 through 13. Papa Ross is -2. I think they're going to stay right now. We'll see what happens with 2 outs. 2-6. Well, there won't be 2 outs. That's a ground ball to the shortstop. A 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. Bedrosian, a solid first inning, quick. They're going to give him a second inning here. So it's a 5-2. That's a ground ball to second base. Flips it over for a 4-2 put out. Chris Bryant batting. A 3-7 is a strikeout. I guess that's why they kept him in. We're in the top of the 10th here. 4-7. 1-8 is a single. Line out to first base. Rizzo line drive. First base. Caught for the out. Warren will stay on for his second inning as well. He'll face 9-1-2. It's a 5-3 right field. Haywood goes back. He's a 1. And that is a over-the-shoulder catch for Jason Hayward. Escobar is a 1-9 fly ball out to Fowler. Fowler makes the grab for a put out. Daniel Nava is batting. Gotta make sure I switch it here. Nava 6-7 walk to Nava. Nava not the speediest runner, and you have Mike Trout up. You don't want to do anything crazy with Trout up. So runner on first, 2 outs, bottom of the 10th. Mike Trout batting a 4-5 ground ball shortstop, 117. Easy put out for Addison Russell. To try to keep the guys in the game here, they're going to bring on the closer Houston Street to see what he can do. Got to find his card here. There it is. Houston Street's going to come on for the Angels in the top of the 11th inning to face Ben Zobrist. There's Street, and here we go. Top of the 11th inning. Houston Street up. It's a 3-7 strike him out. Jorge Soler batting a 4-8. That's a single by Soler through the infield. Addison Russell, runner on first, 1 out. Russell a 5-3 ground ball to Crone. Crone is a 4. Roll is a 7. That is a base error. 1 base error on Crone. Not the time you wanted this to happen. So we have runner on first and second, 1 out. Matt Seizure up. Here we go. A 3-11. That's a single. A single to center field. Trout has a -1 arm. Jorge Soler is a 1 through 10. Or 1-11. So a 1 through 10. They're going for it. They send him safe ahead of the throw. And the Cubs take the lead on a 1-out single by Matt Seizure. David Ross batting. That is a 1-7. It is a 1-10 single, 1 star, or a line out 11-20. That is a roll of a 10. So Houston Street is struggling, folks. They brought on the closer to try to keep them in the game here. Cubs take a 3-2 lead. Dexter Fowler batting with bases loaded. Infield comes up. It is a 1-9. Struck him out. Infield goes back to normal depth with 2 outs. Bases loaded. Jason Hayward, 1 for 5. 4-6. Struck him out. So, Houston Street gets rocked a little bit there. The Cubs had Hector Rondon ready and coming in to try to hold down the Angels. He's going to come on now for the save situation. The problem is he's got to face Albert Pujols to start the inning. So let's bring in Rondon. And here we go. Pujols up. It is 3-2 Cubs leading. Bottom of the 11th, a 5-3 ground ball to first base. Rizzo, a good first baseman over there. It's a 1-6, which is a 3-1 put out. Nice scoop by Rizzo. CJ Crone, a 5-4 ground ball to third base. Bryant fields it. Oh, Crone beat it out. That's a 1-out single, beat out. They're going to call that a hit in the books. Rondon shaking his head, not quite sure what happened. Bryant not quite sure what happened. It was a hard shot. So Crone is on first with 1 out. Calhoun up. That's a 1-7. Bryant gets another chance. Flips it over to second for the force out. They cannot get a double play there. So the game is going to continue. I messed it up there in play. He was Safe on a fielder's choice, a 5-4. He was out. So, Calhoun on first, Simmons up, 2 outs. Hector Rondon on the mound. That is a 4-6. Ground ball to second base. Zobrist is a 3-20. He'll throw over, and the Cubs are gonna win 3-2. Let's look at the final line here. Cubs get 3 runs, 1 in the top of the 11th to take the win. 3 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. Los Angeles will take the second loss to open the season here. And they'll go down with 2 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors. A costly error in the 11th inning. Adam Warren will get the loss, I believe. Yes, Houston Street will get the Adam Warren will get the win, excuse me, and Houston Street will get the loss, and Hector Rondon will get his first save of the season. Cubs win. Cubs win. See you next time at the ballpark.